Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to be showing you guys a quick flip through of my 2023 reading journal. So for my 2023 reading journal, I decided to go ahead and use Archer and Olive's journals because I genuinely love their journals. They have such good quality. It holds up really good when I'm gluing like construction paper and other stuff on it, so I really enjoy them. So I'm very excited to be using it. This is from their fall collection of last year. It's an 8x8 journal, and I thought this would be a perfect journal to use because for some reason it just gave me the vibe. Like, I can't explain it, but it just gave me the vibe that screamed, yes, this is perfect for a reading journal. So, one second, let me just move this a little. There we go, much better. So, as you can see, I have it decorated with different types of stickers. These two I got from Maddie's Arts Patreon reward, which I genuinely love I love her work, I love her art, and so yeah, the little witch fits perfectly. Like, I feel like she has the vibe that fits perfectly with the journal, from her coloring palette to just her overall design, so that's why I had it added here. This one I got from my little niece, a huge BTS fan. I got this from their Art Deco kit, so I love it, so I had to add it to it. Another sticker I got from my niece. I got this one from a friend, and these two are Jujutsu Kaisen Red Bubble stickers. So yep, that's what the outer cover looks like, and let's go ahead and see what's the inside. So this is what the inside looks like. As you can see, I have it decorated to match the vibe of the outside of the journal. I gave it a nice earthly neutral tone vibe that I was going for, and I feel like I succeeded with this. So I really like what I did. I decided to name her Violet. I see a lot of people name their journals, so I wanted to name mine, and the name Violet just worked perfectly for me, so I went ahead and named her Violet. Again, a bunch of stickers that I got from either AliExpress, Walmart, or from Maddie's Patreon, Maddie Arts Patreon. I will leave her social linked in case you guys want to check out her works, because honestly, I would highly recommend checking it out. And yeah, so that's what the inside looks like. And then here is my cover page. I really like this cover page because it just looks so perfect. Like, it looks like it ties the whole, like, everything added onto these cover pages ties it all together. I wrote two quotes. On the top one, it's, I have come to the conclusion that buying books and reading them are actually two entirely different hobbies. That's a reminder to myself because I have been buying a lot of books in the past, but I haven't read a single one. And so when I read this quote, I felt like it was attacking me, so I had to add it, had to include it. And then this is a quote that I found on Pinterest. I am a part of everything that I have read. And I love that quote because when I started reading back in when I started seriously reading back in middle school, every book that I've read has stuck with me. So this quote resonated with me. So I'm like, you know what, I need to add it because every book that I read, I take something out of it, and I just either a lesson, an enjoyment, or just something that sticks with me. So had to add that. I found this drawing on Pinterest and I just loved it. I loved it ever since I found it a couple years back, and it just I don't know, it feels like it's me. Like, I would love to sit on a swing and read a book. So yes. This is a cute little sticker that I got from my niece. This Belle sticker. Belle is my favorite Disney princess, so I had to add her in this one. I got it on from Hot Topic a long time ago, so I don't even know if you can even find this sticker. But yeah, the reading journal stickers that I use, the letters that I used for the reading journal title were from the Art Deco BTS kit that I got. This is an AliExpress sticker, AliExpress, and then some pages that I ripped from a book that I no longer read. I just use the pages and rip it up and use it for a backdrop on my art supply, on my arts and crafts, especially for my journaling. So yeah, and I started it with Once Upon a Time. I actually like that. Like, that just came out of, that just, when I was doing this whole cover page, that something told me to write Once Upon a Time. I did that and I like it. So yeah. Okay, so confession time. I have been working on this for quite a while now, and I already have some pages filled, so you will see some spreads being filled and everything, and this is one of them. But this is books that I've read in 2023 in on their shelf form. This is an idea that I got from reading with Chloe. She's actually the reason why I wanted to start a reading journal, because I always saw how she did reading journals, and I saw that this is one of the spreads that she always used. So I decided to go ahead and add it to my own reading journal. The only difference that I did with mine, instead of adding which is an ebook, which is an audiobook, and which is a physical, I decided to use my Tombow Footernoske's to indicate which the rating of the book. So as you can see, I have some filled in. These two were 3 stars. This one was a 5-star. And then I have these filled already. These were the ones that I read. I'm trying to keep it in order so that way it can make more sense to me. So far I've done it. The only thing I messed up were on these two. This is actually supposed to be here and this is supposed to be there. But then I realized that this whole title probably wasn't going to fit in that small little book. So I kind of flip-flopped it. But yeah. Overall, I'm trying to keep it in order of what I'm reading and then color in the stars. The N45 is 5 stars, the 600 is 4 stars, the 553 is 3 stars, and 772 2 star, and 757 1 star. I'm debating if I want to keep using the dark gray of the N45 Tombow Footernoske, or if I want to use my Mildliner highlighter, because even though you can see it a little, you have to be like really close up to see it. So I'm kind of debating if I want to stick to the Tombow Footernoske or my Mildliner. So we'll see. But anyways, yep, this is what it looks like. And this is my favorite spread. It's my reading wish list. Okay, so you know how people have TBRs or books that their most anticipated releases. This is my reading wish list, which is books that I am dying to read in 2023. These are books that I have been wanting to read for the longest of times, but I never got the chance to. So I decided, you know what? I'm making a reading wish list, and I at least want to read half the books that I have on this wish list. These are the books that I really want to read more than anything on 2023. And so I hope that makes sense. Like I said, it's basically like how you have a watch list, or you want to I'm sorry, I had a brain fart there, but TV watch list. This is the books that I wish to read. This is my wish list that I want, a wish list of reading books. Again, these aren't books that I don't own all of these books. I own some of them, but like I said, it's something that these are the books that I wish to read, the books that I wish to at least get through in 2023. So yeah. Oh, and once I'm done, I'll go ahead and check it, put a check mark on it, and yeah. So next we have my series tracker and my manga/graphic tracker. Okay, so this is a little this is just to help me keep track of my series of books that I'm reading that are in the series, and my manga tracker. I'm a little nervous with this one because I am reading some mangas. One Piece, for example, I just started reading the manga, but you know, mangas that have like huge, large amount of volumes in them as opposed to a series. So this is going to be a little complicated to do, but I'm hoping that by the end of the year I have an idea of how I want this to actually work, so that way come next year I have a better understanding and a better table to use as opposed to this, because I feel like I'm not going to have enough room to keep track of all the manga that I want to read with this small little space. And I didn't really think it through while I was making this. I was thinking, oh, you know, I'm just gonna have a small amount of manga to read, but then I saw all the mangas. I bought so many mangas, and I'm just like, okay, I underestimated how much manga I'm gonna be reading in 2023. So hoping that I can make good use of this. If not, then I can learn a better way to keep track of my manga. So fingers crossed everything works out. If not, then like I said, I'll just learn and see what I can use. If you guys have any ideas how to keep track of your manga reads, please let me know in the comments below, because I would like to hear your thoughts and how you guys keep track of your manga read, please. Thank you. Excuse me. My next spread is my reading goals. Looking at this, I kind of wish I added this at least here before I did my bookshelf, but you know what? I'm okay with it being here. I'm actually okay with it because for some reason it just works. It just works for me. So I'm glad it's on here. But anyways, these are my reading goals for 2023. Read 60 books, at least 60 books or over 60 books. Read at least 3 books in Spanish. I am Mexican and I do want to read some more books in Spanish. I at least want to read 3. So I'm hoping I can read at least 3, maybe 2. I'm just hoping for at least the minimum 3. But yeah, read more books by BIPOC authors, read at least half of my reading wish list, complete a series or 2, because as much as I love series, I have never been able to complete one because I would either drop it halfway through or I would find some new books and start reading those and then forget about the other book and then forget about the series, and I'm like, okay, let me pick it back up, and then I'd forget what happened, so I would have to go back to the beginning to understand what's going on. But yeah, so complete a series or 2, read 4 nonfiction books, read more books by LGBTQ authors, BIPOC LGBTQ authors, because I want to read more LGBTQ books, but I want to read it by BIPOC authors. So if you have any LGBTQ books written by BIPOC people, please drop them in the comments and let me know. And read all books recommended by BTS. I'm an ARMY, huge ARMY, and I love that Namjoon and Yoongi and a lot of the members of the BTS read books, so I really want to read the books that they recommend as well as the books that they have read. So that's one of my reading goals. I left a space for one more because I feel like I'm missing a goal that I want. Once it clicks, I'll write it down, but like I said, I'm missing which one I want, so I'm just leaving that place blank until it finally hits me, because it's been a while, and yet every time I look at this page, I feel like I'm missing something. So hopefully I can get an idea of what it is and just write it down so that little feeling can go away. But anyways, next page. My BTS reading challenge. Okay, so like I said, I want to read the books that they recommended, and these are so far the ones that I want to read in the first half of 2023. The Little Prince, The Alchemist, Damien, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, Please Look After Mother, Human Acts, Me Before You, Kitchen, and Kafka on the Shore. So those are the first books that I want to read in the first half of 2023, because I do own half of these books. I own The Alchemist, I own Human Acts, I own Kim Young, born 1982, Kafka on the Shore, and I have Kitchen and Damien on Kindle. So yes, I own half of the list, so I can read at least the majority of those books, the majority of the books on this list in the first half. But yeah, so, and then we have my BTS music challenge. I'll explain this I'll explain this part of the column later on in the year to come, because I have an idea of what I want to do with this, but I feel like this needs a whole separate video in order for me to explain everything. So you'll just have to wait and see for that. Okay, cool. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is my spread. I actually like this because it's so cute. This is one of my favorite spreads, along with my reading goals. Ignore that is my pins, but ignore that. But yeah, that is I really love these spreads. They're really good, and I absolutely think they complement each other perfectly. But yeah, on to the next spread. My reading in color. Okay, so when I say reading in color, I don't mean like the rainbow format. I mean the rainbow as how it's used for the LGBTQ community. So I have all the books that are written by sapphic romance, authors that have MXM an MXM lead. I'm so sorry. I'm looking for books that are that have a bisexual lead, a pansexual lead, a trans lead, asexual lead, and a gender fluid lead. So again, if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. But yeah, these are the books so far that I have. These are the sapphic romances. This has a MXM lead. So yeah, so far these are all the ones I have. And then on the next page we have my fan fiction tracker. I don't know about you guys, but I count fan fiction as a read, as books that you've read. So this is my tracker of the fan fiction that I've read, and I'm gonna rate them and all that good stuff, because I do read a lot of fan fiction. So that's my plan. I'm planning to like keep track of the fan fiction that I've read and how much fan fiction that I've been reading, because you know, it doesn't hurt to see how much fan fiction you read as opposed to books written by authors, you know. But yeah, anyways, on to the next spread. The next spread is my reading stats of 2023, and this is basically where I keep track of everything that I've read. This is how many books. Sorry, tongue tied right there for a moment. But this is basically my tracker of horror, mystery, sci-fi, science fiction, fantasy, contemporary, historical, romance, classic, and comics and mangas. Comics and mangas, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is to keep track of how many of them I read in the month. And over here is to keep track of everything else. So this is how, for my audiobook, I'm keeping track. And so far I've read one. I actually have to color in the number 2 because I've actually read 2. And then ebooks and physicals. You notice that there's a difference between ebooks, audio ebooks and physicals. I go by multiples of 2s because I feel like I'm going to be reading more physicals as opposed to ebooks and audiobooks. So I decided to go by multiples of 2s just because, like I said, I know I'm going to be reading more. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and multiply it by 2 and then color in the amount that if I ever reach that amount. So that way it can be a little more, that way I can keep track of how many I've read, because like I said, I know I'm going to read more. I'm probably going to be reading more than either ebooks or audiobooks, because I just own more physical books. So I decided to like go ahead and do go by 2s instead of 1s. Hope that makes sense. Books by BIPOC authors. Again, to keep every time I read a book by a BIPOC author, I'm going to color this in, and I'm hoping I can have this whole thing filled out by the end of the year. That is my goal, to have all of this filled out, because like I said, I want to diversify my reading. I want to read more books by BIPOC authors, so that, again, my goal is to color this whole thing in. My nonfiction books tracker, my Spanish books tracker, and right here, this is to keep a separate category of my genre books that I'm reading in 2023. That way I'm not confused as opposed to here, because this is technically, I could be reading a horror and mystery, both horror and mystery, write it down and not even know if it was horror or mystery when I look back at this. So this is just an easier way to keep track of it. And this is my series completed tracker, this is my star rating tracker, and this is my manga and comics tracker. So yep, I actually like this spread. It's very simple. The colors are so neutral, neutral tone, and everything just looks really nice. So yeah. Okay, this is by far my favorite spreads. Best of 23 book awards. So as you know, the Goodreads Choice Awards are always picking all these books and stuff, and I decided to host my own little event at the end of the year. I decided to add my own categories, my own award show, my own categories, my own awards. Sorry, little tongue tied, but yeah, this is basically how to keep track of the books that I thought had the best female lead, the best male lead, the favorite challenge. We'll get into that later on, but yeah, favorite challenge, best fanfic, spiciest romance, best couple, best plot twist, best ending, worst couple, biggest disappointment. So yeah, these are books, these are just awards that I'm gonna, of different categories that I want to see, that I've been wanting to see for a long time in just any award show, and I decided to add it to my own little book award Little Book Award. So whenever I have a nominee, I'm gonna add it to the list. Now I'm not gonna and then pick a winner at the end of the day. I'm not gonna include every character that I everything that I read. I'm just gonna include what I personally thought thought was what I personally thought was the best of what character, whatever maybe was added. Sorry, I'm not sorry again, tongue tied, but I'm not gonna include everything that I read. I'm just gonna go ahead and include what I thought was memorable, what I thought was incredible. It could, hell, even the characters from a 1-star book can be added to the best female lead or best male lead. As long as I had a good time and enjoyed the character, they would be included on this list, and so on. Right? And then we have more, but this is more like my generic categories: the best 5-star, best horror/mystery, science fiction, contemporary, historical, romance classic. Oh, I've been wanting to do a beautiful cover for the longest time because I have a couple books which the covers are so beautiful, and I just wanted to include that category because, like I said, I've been wanting to see at least an award go to a cover or to a book with the most beautiful cover, because I have seen a lot of beautiful covers. I have seen a lot of beautiful, stunning illustrations and everything, and honestly, I have bought a lot of books because the cover was so beautiful, so I wanted to include that category. But yeah, so next is the best manga, best series, best author. For this one, I'm gonna just show if I read a lot of the author's books. If I read a single author in a lot of their books, that's how I'm gonna include a nominee. Because I don't know, I feel like if I really love an author and if I keep reading their books, that should be a fair way to include them on this nomination and pick a winner to see which author's book I genuinely enjoyed. Then we have the best 1-star nominee. I decided to do this one because even though I'm gonna have some books with 1 stars, I feel like I would at least enjoy maybe 1 or 2. Maybe just because I thought it was 1 star doesn't mean it wasn't a good time, or I don't know. I think I might change that category to worst 1 star instead of best, because there are some 1-star books that you'll read that I read that I hated, but I always found something that I really liked about it. So I don't know. I might change this one, or I might just leave it. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay. And now on to the next one. Okay, so this is another bookshelf that I made just in case I end up filling one second. Just in case I end up filling this up, because that's my goal, is to end up filling this. But if I end up filling this up a little earlier than I thought I would, I have this as a backup, so that way I can add to it in case I need more room. So yes, this is just a precautious. And then I have my 2023 favorites, which I'm gonna glue the covers of books that I thought were amazing, books that I thought were incredible. I already read one that's a favorite, and I want to add it. Well, okay, I lied. I don't want to add it yet, because just in case there's another one that I had more fun reading, another book in the series, not series, but another book in the series. Yeah, series. Never mind. Another book in the series that I enjoy that I can add to it, because you never know. And if it turns out that I like the entire series, I'll just go ahead and add the first one and then just title the entire series below it. So yeah. But anyways, yep, this is my 2023 favorites. And then here is the cover for my January spread. I went with the snowflake theme because I love snowflakes, and where I live, you don't get a lot of snow, so this is like the closest I'll ever get to a snowflake. But I got this idea from Amanda Rach Lee's bullet journal. She did a snow theme for her one of her December December month. So I saw it and I'm like, you know what? I want to do a snowflake theme. So this was born from it. And then on this side, you have my TBR, the books that I want to read for January. Light Lark, The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes, Chainsaw Man 2, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 9, Triton's Academy, and Game Between the Suits. I have to cross this one out because I've read this and finished it. Best manga that I've read so far, even though it's the first manga I've read in 2023, but so far I love it. I enjoyed it. I'll make a video on my review about it, but just know that I absolutely love it. So yeah, and then I have my favorite quotes, and then other books read, which I'm going to write down the name of the books that I've read, that the title of the other books that I've read once I finished them up in, well, yeah, sorry, not finished, but like at the end of the month I'll include those books as those titles as well. So yeah. Then the next page we have my days read. Again, some of these spreads are already filled, and as you can see, I have read for 9 days straight. I am so proud of myself because I'm trying to build a habit of reading, and so far I have done a good job. I have done a good job of keeping up with my streak. So hopefully I can fill this in later today. I'm hoping so. But either way, so I can keep up with my streak. But if I don't, then that's fine. But like I said, I'm trying to get into the habit of reading again, and I'm building up that habit, and I'm slowly building up that habit by reading from the first all the way up to the 10th, and I want to keep up with that habit. Oh wait, I just realized today's the 12th. I gotta fill in these 2 days because I did read on these 2 days, and I just realized it's the 12th, and I've been pointing at the 10th, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. The first all the way to the 11th, and I'm hoping to fill the 12th by today. There. And here is my wrap up. The amount of audiobooks I've read, my ebooks, my total days read, the pages I've read, and the book read the most. And then right here, I'm going to include my favorite for January. And then I have one more spread to show you guys. Let's see. You know, I should probably start bookmarking these pages, but for right now, so I included this in the last of my spreads because I want it to be the last of my spread because I thought it would make more sense to add at the last pages. That's why I just thought it made more sense to me. Most people added in the first spreads of their pages, but for me, I just wanted it included at the last pages of my journal. So, and it's my books read in 2023, but the difference is I'm using the little cover format. So I'm printing out their covers and including them down, and then including the ranking. So these are the 3 books that I've read so far. Your Dad Will Do by Katee Robert, Falling for His Best Friend, Katee Robert, and Game of the Suits, Game Between the Suits. And so, this was my first 5-star read. I love it. It was incredible. I can't wait for the second one. But yeah, this is basically where I'm going to glue down the cover pages of the books that I read along with their ranks. Also, don't be surprised if in the next pages when I do my flip through at the end of the year, they're smaller than this because I did not realize that these were going to be that big. So, but yeah. Anyways, that is a flip through of my journal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good time seeing these spreads. Again, if you have any recommendations for the books, for any books at all, please don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.